Hello there, you're very welcome to this whistle stop tour, an overview video of Roscommon well-connected social prescribing. My hope for this video is that we'll give you an insight into the social prescribing service that's available in County Roscommon at the moment. And whether you're somebody who's looking to refer somebody towards the service, or maybe you're an individual who would like to engage with the service, hoping the information in this video will allow you to have a better insight and a better understanding. And I suppose a key thing to understand at the moment that this service is available to everybody 18 years and above. So maybe you're looking at this overview video with the intention of using it to refer others in. But the key point that I like to make to everybody is don't forget that this service is also available to you should you feel curious about engaging with it. So across this video, we're going to touch on what is social prescribing, the evolution of the service inside County Roscommon, the referral process, who is social prescribing for, which is a very important element and question to answer, the engagement process, what happens when somebody's referred, where do I, the link worker, start and go with the journey with the participant, outcomes, what outcomes have we achieved, and what possible outcomes can the service achieve. And obviously the program contact information will be added at the very end of this video to support your engagement. Should this video maybe create some questions, you can also always get in touch and I'd be more than happy to engage to support. So what is social prescribing? Social prescribing helps a person to improve links with local voluntary and community services and activities. What we really look at there with that point is our goal with social prescribing is to make an individual's world bigger, their engagement, to expand their interaction or understanding of the world, especially through social interactions. For GPs, healthcare professionals, social prescribing can be offered to complement or replace a medical prescription, or it can be run in parallel, in tandem with a medical prescription. So this is something that we can discuss with different agencies and different people on a case-by-case basis should you seek further clarity. Any agency or individual can make a referral. A key thing to understand here, and I'll touch on it again throughout the video, is that self-referral can be made through the phone. You're obviously giving consent by self-referring. But if you're referring somebody else, you must have explained the service to the individual and you must have gained consent from the individual before they can be referred, because social prescribing link workers cannot support or engage with anybody that hasn't consented to being involved in the program. And it works in partnership to develop an individual plan to help connect to local activities and achieve their goals. So an individual that comes into social prescribing is known as a participant because this is a collaboration. This is a collaborative effort to support the individual to connect more with their community or to reconnect with their community. So the evolution of the service in County Roscommon, it was established approximately 2018 on a part-time basis. In 2023, I believe, at the start of 23, it was noted that funding would be streamlined and that it would be a more sustainable funding approach, so it would become a full-time service. And the service is now in a full-time role serving the entire county, and it's a free service for individuals 18 years or above who feel they need support to become more active and engaged within their community. We're going to touch on a key element about who is social prescribing for, but also appropriate referrals. Social prescribing is not the adequate or the appropriate service for each individual over the age of 18, but there are key points where it can be very progressive and supportive. And it's going to enhance health and well-being through improving opportunities for social connection and self-care. Social connection is a human need. It's not something we can choose. As individuals, we need connection. So this service helps people to fulfill that need. And we do this through one-to-one support, local community connections, and group activity opportunities. So the referral process is what I would term as very low barrier to entry. If you're doing a self-referral, you simply just engage by phone or you can get in touch by WhatsApp and we can make that connection and evolve from there. If you're referring somebody else, you refer through a referral form. Again, these will be available on the Roscommon Leader Partnership website. They're available by just emailing the email address at the end of this slide. You will automatically be sent out a referral form, but also you may already have received one. And again, it's all about that consent. Consent for an individual being referred must be obtained prior to referral. And once the referral is received, the information is reviewed, and then the link worker will set up an informal meeting. First interaction with a participant is by phone to get an understanding of their awareness of the program, the appropriateness of the program, and to make sure that they consent fully to engaging with the process. And then we'll have that informal meeting to get an overview. It's basically trying to get a helicopter view of the individual, to get an understanding of their skills, interests, hobbies, their goals, what matters to them. Social prescribing is all about what matters to the individual, not what is the matter with somebody. And then it really helps us to capture that present situation snapshot so we can understand. It's very difficult to support somebody, and it's very difficult for us as individuals to know where to go if we don't know where we're starting from. Into step 3, I will give an individual information on what's available locally. So we're always mapping communities, always adding to directories for different areas of the county. And when we meet somebody initially, it can be very difficult for ideas and interests to come to mind. So we can give them a hard copy or a soft copy of a directory of activities, groups, etc. available in the locality. And this can help them just to, I suppose, jog the memory as to what's going on in the area, create that awareness, but also just give them a menu to try and see if there's something that they'd like to try. Maybe they're going to engage with something that they've never engaged with up to this point. So these sessions support with confidence building, goal setting, and to support them to take the next steps to change. Like most services, when people get in touch with social prescribing, the desire is for change. There's some form of change that's needed, generally in that connection piece. Step 4, they will choose activities and supports that are right for them, and we'll work in partnership to formulate a plan for supporting them to access activities or services. Step 5, that support remains in place until the participant deems that they no longer need it or warrant the support. Appropriate referrals is a very important piece to cover. And again, the keynote from here is if you're wishing to refer somebody and you're in doubt, as the last point says, if ever in doubt as a referrer, then just contact the link worker. Again, contacting via phone, leave a voice note if you get in touch and don't get a direct answer, but also an email, and it allows us to come back. The referral should be made by the person that is knowledgeable of the referred participant. So if you're referring somebody, it's important that the referral form contains the contact information of the people that have additional information about this individual. If you're not doing the referral, completing the referral, but somebody is completing it on your behalf for somebody you work closely with or you're engaged with or you're knowledgeable of, make sure it's your contact information that's there. Because when a referral comes in, it's reviewed. And if additional information is required, then the referrer will be contacted. In previous referrals, what's happened is we've contacted the referrer and the information that's on the referral form, but they're not the knowledgeable person and they are unable to locate the person with the information. So that would make the referral inappropriate. So that means that there's going to be no additional support that can be given to that individual, and the process needs to go back to the very start. Who is social prescribing for? Again, this is just an overview. Not everybody over the age of 18 is going to receive appropriate support from social prescribing. Social prescribing will not be the service for every single person, but this is a general guide to help support you in your referrals to see who may or may not benefit from social prescribing. 18 or above, socially isolated, socially anxious, new to a community. We have a lot of people who have moved around the country during and post-COVID for work and lifestyle needs. So it can be a good support to help them integrate into a community. Individuals experiencing mental health difficulties, again, social prescribing would be an early support service. We are unable to support people in crisis as it's not a therapeutic service. We could support in tandem with other services if appropriate. Long-term health conditions, older persons living alone, social issues, debt, unemployment, financial situations, and your own circumstances can be a very big obstacle to socially engage for different reasons. It can create self-limiting beliefs that could be pieces of shame, or you may not just have the finances to allow you to actually engage in things that you want to engage in socially. You may not be able to afford transport to get to an event. You may not be able to afford entry to an event or an activity or an amenity, etc. Frequent attendance to GP primary care services. And again, just a note at the end, the above criteria is vague and should be used as a guide. Social prescribing may not be the appropriate support for individuals meeting the above criteria. Again, if ever in doubt, reach out to your link worker. The engagement process, again, is very low barrier to entry. It's all about trying to make the individual feel comfortable. So when they're participating in this collaboration, that they feel that this is their space. The referral form will be received if you're referring somebody else. If it's a self-referral, we'll be having the phone conversation. Step 2 If the referral requires more information, the link worker will contact the referrer just to discuss to get a larger picture. Step 3, the information is adequate. So we have approved the referral, and we now contact the participant by phone to make the first engagement. Step 4, we're going to meet the participant for the first time. This can be done either in the individual's home, if appropriate. Again, we do try to meet people and prefer to meet people in our office sites around the county for multiple reasons. First of all, it allows us as link workers to have a larger impact. We're able to meet more people. We're traveling less. We're able to fit more people in, which is going to have a positive impact on the larger scheme of the program. But also it allows somebody to get out of the house, and getting out to that first engagement, if possible, could be a large step forward for that individual on their social prescribing journey. Step 5, after we've had that first contact, we're going to look. The link worker will share information with the participant. The participant is obviously sharing information with the link worker, and this sets the course for the journey ahead. Some possible outcomes, this is just to name a few: improvement in social networks and reduction in social isolation, contribute to lower stress and anxiety. Again, having that connection and knowing you're supported and being able to create a real strong understanding of your picture can actually support people to stop ruminating about it and get more engaged out of their head and into their life. Contribute to improvement in mental health and overall well-being, increase community connections and make friends, decrease GP visits, which helps the overall system, and higher participation in exercise, social groups, volunteering, and improve social capital. This has been a brilliant and lovely piece of work throughout social prescribing. People that enter the service requiring support, that have positive outcomes and grow and flourish as an individual. In many instances, we've seen people to go on and actually contribute to their community through voluntary or through working in the community, but they have a stronger sense of self, and they understand the power of being supported, and then they offer that support to others. So that's been a lovely piece of the journey. Some of the outcomes that we've had inside communities is people joining and staying engaged with exercise through walking groups, continuing in their education and connection through educational courses, social groups, creative cafes, voluntary opportunities, men's and women's sheds. There's just a plethora of events and amenities and activities around. And in a lot of cases, it's just about creating that awareness for individuals, what's on offer, and supporting them to get linked into it. And then finally, just to finish on this whistle stop tour, it's the program details and information. My name is Ronan Bilbo. I'm the social prescribing link worker covering County Roscommon at the moment. Telephone number is there, email address is there, and the website for the Roscommon Leader Partnership is there. I'm employed through Roscommon Leader Partnership. It's a HSE funded post. So we do some of the work in Roscommon Town out of our offices and the multiple sites for Roscommon Leader Partnership throughout the county. But as I mentioned, if you pop an email through to ronanbilbo@ridc.ie, you'll automatically receive a response that will provide you again with a copy of a video like this, a referral form, flyers of information for the service, for your own information, and maybe just to support individuals you feel the service may be of benefit to. But as I always say, feel free to reach out again. Call the number. If you don't get me, leave a voicemail because I'm often with participants, and I'll get back to you. Or if you send an email, I'll be able to get back to you if the automated reply doesn't satisfy your query. Thanks for taking the time, and I'm looking forward to collaborating with you and working with you, and hopefully maybe supporting you and people you know through social prescribing in the future.